Hello, me handsomes, and we are back for another one of these lists. Now I have decided I'm going to do these on a monthly basis, so every month I'll be coming at you and you'll just be learning a little bit more about myself. Whether you like it or not, you don't have a choice in the matter, but you do have a choice to watch, so thank you for watching and subscribing, etc. So today we are going to be looking at my top 5 places that I've been on holiday to and destinations I have been to. Now, as a caveat to this, I'm not going to include when I travelled around Australia. That's going to be a whole separate thing to come, so we're not going to be looking at that. We are simply going to be looking at the top 5 places that I found I went, and the reasons behind that as well. I'm looking over here because the list is over here. So number 5, we're going to be going for Egypt. Now, yeah, pause it here very quickly, my answers, and just explain when I went to Egypt, because it was so long ago. You know, smartphones didn't really exist then, so we don't really have the pictures we do now. So for this one and another holiday destination that I speak about, we don't have the pictures that I took, and these are just pictures I found up on Google. So I went to Egypt when I was quite young, a lot younger, maybe early teenager I think I was, and we did the whole historical experience really. We saw the pyramids, we went to the Cairo Museum, which is fantastic. We did Luxor, we did the Valley of the Kings, we did the lot really, and it was incredible. Like, the historical part of it is absolutely incredible. Now, one thing I really don't like about Egypt is, and it's not to be sort of snobbish with it, there is a huge amount of poverty, and sometimes that poverty turns into quite aggressive nature. You know, at one point we went to a shop and we kind of haggled for something and we decided we didn't want it in the end, to the point where we were going back on our coach to go back to where we were staying, and a man pushed his way into the bus basically to try and sell something to us. So it was quite yeah, that was a bit scary when you're a little bit younger and something like that happens, and the amount of litter there is extortionate really. But the historical side of it, absolutely mind-blowing. To see the pyramids, the Sphinx, and all the other historical parts of the temple was absolutely incredible. So that was a really good trip, and I sort of went with my family, so that was quite fun. The next one is a bit of a different one actually, and some of you may not really warrant this one, but I do. Number 4, it is Center Parcs, in particular the Longleat one, which is the closest one to us. Now, the 2 reasons: one, I went when I was a lot younger, when I was in year 11 actually, around Christmas time, with a good friend of mine, Joel, who will hopefully be in one of our videos very soon. He doesn't quite live in the area anymore, so we went to Center Parcs, and because it flooded there, we ended up getting our own villa, just the 2 of us basically, instead of we were sharing with his parents, but our villa flooded, so they put us into 2 separate executive ones, and we lived like kings the rest of the trip. It was incredible. So that was amazing fun. And then of course, when my now wife, who was my fiance at the time, we went to Center Parcs a few years ago, it was just the most relaxing trip I think I've been on in a long time. I'm quite a doer with a lot of my trips, so I like to go here, there and everywhere with a lot of my trips, so this was just really fun, just to relax, be chill, calm down. You know, we went and did the spa, we did all the swimming, they do restaurant room service now, which is awesome. You just go on the app, you just say you want this food delivered to your villa, then you don't have to then go wait in the queues and so on like that. It was just so fun, so relaxed, surrounded by nature. We were quite near the lake, so we had some really good views there. And the Euros were on at the time, so you could tell when this was. I think it was the Euros anyway. I don't think it was the World Cup. I'm pretty sure it was the Euros. Might have been the World Cup now. I don't know. I can't remember now. No, definitely the Euros. Definitely the Euros. But yeah, so that was quite cool to be there. And then we went to the bar, and there was a bit of atmosphere when the games were on as well. So that was really fun and exciting. So then number 3 was a trip my family and I went to New York. So yeah, it was New York. New York is the other one that I don't have pictures for, even though smartphones did exist then. It was many a phone ago, and I just don't have the pictures for them anymore. So these are just some generic photos that I found. We did the whole sort of 4 days, 5 days in New York thing. This is just before I went travelling, so I was 18 at the time. And yeah, we did the sights and sounds of New York. I'd never been, but it was really cool, really fun, really exciting. I really enjoyed it. A city I really want to go back to, because since going, we kind of did the major touristy things. I found all the little places you need to visit, so I really want to go back there and view it. But yeah, like I said, we did the touristy things. We did Ground Zero, the historic 9/11 memorial area. We did the Empire State Buildings. We did Central Park. We went to a Red Lobster, which I actually loved. I thought that was great fun. But yeah, we kind of did that. We went to a McDonald's and we supersized it. Of course, we had to supersize it. It's McDonald's. So that was really fun there as well. So I really enjoyed that. And it was, again, just quite nice to do it as a family, watch some American sports on TV, just be a part of the sights and sounds of New York. It was really good fun. Number 2, again, maybe one that some people may not think of really, but Dublin. So Dublin is a place I've been to 3 times now. I went there. The first holiday I went with my now wife, we went to Dublin and we had an amazing time. The weather was a bit dreary, and I think that kind of built the atmosphere a little bit for it, but it was awesome. We did everything. We did Phoenix Park. We, of course, did the Guinness factory. We, of course, did the Jameson's tour. We, of course, went to Temple Bar and spent a lot of money on not a lot. But, it was just really fun. I unfortunately cracked a tooth on the flight over on a really rock hard mint, and if you know me, one of my big fears is losing my teeth, but even then that didn't really deter me from enjoying the trip. It was just such a good trip. We went to the zoo, we did everything we could really. It was just such good fun and loved it. The next time I went was where I proposed to my now wife on top of the Guinness Tower, with our really good best friends there as well. So that was a really nice experience, and that was a bit more of a Christmassy time, so that was really good. And they played Fairy Tale of New York in Temple Bar, which just everyone got involved in, so that was really good fun. And I'm hoping I can still find the clip and upload it into this, but apologies if I can't. And then the most recent time I went was for one of my stag do's, which was my family stag do, because I had 2. I had like a friend's one and then a family one as well. And the friends one, we went to Edinburgh, but in this case the family one, we went to Dublin, and again it was just awesome. Really good fun to do that with your family. So yeah, it's a place I absolutely recommend, and I really want to go back to again, because I just love the atmosphere of Dublin. Everything's nice and in one area. All the shopping bits are here, the bars are here, restaurants here. It's just such good fun. Number 1 is where I went on my honeymoon to. Now, there's a bit of a story behind this. So originally we were going to go to Jamaica for our honeymoon, but unfortunately at the time there were still some COVID restrictions, so there might have been the possibility that when we get there we have to quarantine for a week and a half, which meant we would have had like 2 days to explore the island, and we would have just been kind of stuck within the hotel, which wouldn't have been a bad thing. We're in Jamaica, but not really what we wanted to do really, especially when you pay a huge amount of money for it. So we decided to go to Florida, and a place I absolutely love is Disney. So I had been Disney when I was 11 years old. You may have heard the story where I was quite violently sick, but that is for another story again. But yeah, we went there, and we just had the best time. We had 2 weeks, fantastic weather. It was July time, so fantastic weather. The crowds weren't mental, but it was still quite busy. Really good atmosphere. They call it the happiest place on earth. There's no second guessing that. It is just an incredible place to go. I really want to go back. I absolutely loved it there. If I had the money, I would 100% go back every year, but it is so expensive, and you spend a fortune when you're out there as well. So, I mean, we're going to go to Disney Paris next year, so that'll be really exciting. To take our little girl to that. So yeah, there's a few things we've got lined up for it, but yeah, this was just awesome, and I've hopefully got to have a few photos here. I mean, from some of these trips. Don't know whether I'll have them from actually many of these trips now thinking about it, but definitely the Disney one, we've got lots of those photos, so I'll be pumping them up there. But everything was just incredible. The parks were awesome, the shows are awesome, the food is actually better. When I went back in the day when I was 11, so 20 years ago, it was all buffets and just slop kind of thing. It was just quick in and out, have your food, go. But the food level now is just really good there. A lot of independent restaurants. Disney Springs was somewhere I absolutely love. Probably one of the places I actually miss quite a lot is Disney Springs and Epcot, to be fair, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So when I went, it was called Downtown Disney. Really different. It had an arcade place and a few restaurants, a bit of lights. That was it. Now it's a mini city. It's incredible, shops everywhere, fantastic independent restaurants from big chefs as well. So yeah, that was really good. We went to a Wolfgang Puck place and I had a really good time there. My wife not so much. She had a pizza which was a bit rubbish, to be fair, for $30, but I had an amazing schnitzel with a fantastic salad to go with it, so that was really good. But yeah, when it comes to the parks, we absolutely 100% loved Epcot. We went for their obviously 100th year anniversary, so that was really cool as well. But Magic Kingdom had a special fireworks show, that was really cool, but nothing beat Epcot. Epcot was just unbelievable, and it had the best ride in the world, which was the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. If anyone tells you otherwise, they are wrong. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy is the best roller coaster in the world. But that's basically where I'll end this little video. So that is the top 5 places I have been to. Would recommend all of them. Yeah, thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one in about a month's time. Ta for now.